Hello, I am Marti Sabaté and I present this video to show you how three different software work: Windows Remote Desktop, Chrome Remote Desktop, and TeamViewer. Now I will show you the Windows Remote Desktop demonstration by Jose Ortiz.
The first that we see when we open the remote access of Windows, it's a little window where we can put the name of the computer that we want to access. If we click in the bottom of Show Options, we will see all the options that Remote Desktop allows. In their options, we can find configuration about the screen, the local resource, the performance, and other advanced options. Before establish connection with other computer, let's see the options of all of the configuration windows. In the first window, we can put the name of the computer that we want to access and the user that we want to control. Also, we can save the configuration of the remote desktop in our computer. In the window screen, we can establish the size of the remote desktop when we are connected with other computer, the quality of the colors, and we can enable or disable the connection bar that will appear in the top of the screen. In local resource, we can configure the audio of the remote session. We can establish combination of keys and choose the device that we can use in remote session, like printers. In the window of performance, we can choose the connection speed to optimize the performance. And the last window is advanced options, and we can choose if we want to receive a notice if the authentication have an error. Also, we can configure the connection using the gateway. Now let's try to connect with other Windows system, and to begin we have to put the IP of the computer or the host name and the name of the user that we are going to control. Now we have to put the password of the user, and if this user is already connected in the system, we will appear in the window that he is right now, how is going to happen. And if not, we will start the session normally in the desktop. So if we want to close the window or just stop the connection, we have to use the bar of the top and finish the connection. Now we're going to connect our computer with a Linux system. So we have to put the IP and the user that we are going to use. But these have a little bit difference, and it's that we have to install XRDP in the Linux machine because it's the way to connect remote desktop with Windows and Linux. And these windows will appear, and we have to introduce the user and the password. When we do that, we are going to appear in the Linux computer, and we can, like in Windows, close the windows and finish the session with the bar of the top.
Now I will show you the Chrome Remote Desktop demonstration by Soufian Boulben.
First, we start with introducing our Google account. This is my Google account. We click on next. We put our password. Then click on next. Once we are here, it tells us that we have synchronized the account with the Chrome browser. We click on understood. Now we are going to install the Chrome Remote Desktop extension. We go to Google and we search for Chrome Remote Desktop. We click on the first link and then click on add to Chrome here. We get this window if we want to install the extension, and we click on add application here. and we have it installed. May in the installation process ask you to install some resource to make the extension work better. You just have to install that resource and it's gonna be already. We click on the extension and in this window we click on start. So here in remote assistance there are two options: share, to share the computer with which we want to remotely control, and access is to access the computer that is shared. If we click on share, a code is generated. This code will be used to access and control the computer, and if we click on access, it asks us to put the code that is generated by the computer for which we want to control. Here in our case, I have already generated the computer code that I want to share previously, and I will access to it remotely. First, we put the code and we click on connect. So here, access, we will put the code and we click on connect. So we are connected here to my computer shared, and I can control it easily. We're gonna put full screen, and I can actually control it from my computer, so I can do anything. And we control it as we want. You can also control it from your mobile by downloading the Chrome Remote application, and the process it will be the same. This is all.
Now I will show you the TeamViewer demonstration by Juan.
TeamViewer generates a necessary ID and password to make a remote connection or transmission of files. We enter to ID and we begin to connect. Before that, we have several options. In this test, we chose full control and enter the password. Once the connection is made, in the upper part of the screen we have the toolbar. In the toolbar we have several options: end session of the remote computer, restart the remote computer, and we can see all the information from the remote computer: processor, memory, operating system, among others. Other options will be to change the resolution of the screens, hide the mouse cursor, and the wallpaper. Two, we can deactivate the sound of the computer, or we can make a call to communicate with the other user, or we can communicate through chat. Finally, we have the option of remote printing, screenshots, recording of the remote connection, and transmission of files.
Well, the three software have already been shown, so then demonstration ends.